Welcome to a Psalm for Sunday. I'm in part two of my comments on Psalm 18. So if you want to open your Bible, that would be great, or look at a Bible program on your computer. Um, I'm in verse 20. I'm going to go through 28. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord, and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statute from me. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore hath the Lord recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful. With an upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure thou wilt show thyself pure. And with the froward thou wilt show thyself froward. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks. For thou wilt light my candle, the Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. Now here is presented a fundamental difference between David's dispensation, the era in which God dealt with the Israelites, and ours. David claims that God rewards him because David is righteous. Well, perhaps when he was running from Saul, there was no taint on his hands as he would have later. But we are rewarded because of Christ's righteousness, not our own. It's important for a Christian to understand that. David feels that God has helped him because David is righteous. His hands are clean and he has not departed from God. Examine his claims and consider when this psalm was spoken in his life. The question for us regarding David is, when did he write this? Again, I refer you to David's song in 2 Samuel 22. Prophetically, let's look forward to Christ. While Christ, from a human perspective, was without sin and perfectly and completely righteous, yet he did suffer. This to me is a profound truth, in that he suffered in his righteousness for our sin. I think we should consider this truth. While David claimed God's mercy based on his own righteousness, Christ received the penalty for our sin, death, in spite of his own righteousness. It does present a contrast, but one that should give us hope in times of distress. From a personal point of view, though, when we do right, usually things work out well for us. God's standard of morality and righteousness are a lot like laws of physics. You may not break your leg if you jump off the roof, but most likely you will. If you do wrong, are immoral or dishonest, you will face problems in this life almost for sure. But if you follow God's path of righteousness, then you normally will have a better time of it. While the book of Job teaches us that bad things can happen to righteous people, clearly they often do not, or at least do not based on the behavior of a person. I know in my own life that 90% of the bad things that have happened can be directly linked to my sin. Well, I can see how God has blessed me with good things when I follow the path of doing right and serving Him. In reality, it appears that God does reward the righteous in this life, exceptions notwithstanding. I've received a lot of mercies and blessings that I did not deserve, and that's God's grace and His love for us. Only to those people who want to do righteously will God appear righteous. This is a very important point to understand about reality. The merciful, the upright, and the pure will see God as being so, the originator of these traits, and they will see those stated in the Bible clearly, and they will see them in their own life. Let's examine the word froward, though, in verse 26, used as the opposite of pure. A froward person is a wicked person, Psalm 101:4. Froward heart shall depart from me, I will not know a wicked person. A froward person is linked to several other bad character traits. Notice the definition of evil in this context after the colon, after the word evil. Proverbs 8:13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, colon, pride and arrogancy and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. Now, understand this. To the wicked, God appears to be froward like themselves. The unsaved person, often the skeptic, will view God as his oppressor. I've heard a teenager who is wallowing in sin lament that he wished God would leave him alone. I've heard atheists mock that God must be evil because he lets man have their way in their own iniquity or allows children to suffer. They cannot see God for who he is and will not read his Bible to understand his ways and purpose. Okay, now, lots to think about and pray about. I'm going to stop there and pick it up in verse 29 next. So I'm asking you to read your Bible, study your Bible, cross-reference the verses, pray to God for wisdom and understanding, and then share your interpretation with someone else. Open the Bible today. Let God speak you through his words. I hope you'll go to church or have a church body even if it's a small house church, where you can get together with other Christians and pray and worship and sing hymns, and just glorify God. Uh, it will really be a big help to you, I think. Um, so now I don't have the Psalms published, self-published on Amazon, but you can follow me on blogger.com. If you watch this video this far, would you please click like and subscribe or follow and share the video, please? All right. Well, thank you very much and have a great Sunday.